the character for our animation. So we have already designed the character. As you can see, we have already done everything that has to do with designing the character and parenting the layers, as in making the layers a children to a particular layer that will be moving all the other layers that are that is parented or are children to it. For example, the face. The face is a parent to the eyes, to the pupils, to the two brows, the ear, the nose, and the mouth. Because all these things are not supposed to move individually. They are supposed to move together with the face. Is it not? In a movie, your head, your eyes, your nose, everything moves together with it. So that is the essence of the parenting that we did. And we also learned about how to use the network view. We learned about how to use the network view in our animation. We said that the network, the nodes, these are called nodes. So each of the nodes we see in this network is also the layers that are found in this timeline view. So let's just jump into the animation of the mouth. So we created the different mouthpiece. I went ahead to create other mouthpiece like this, as you can see, right? So all these things are just different drawings in different frames of the same mouth layer. All right. So if I enter the face, I can see my mouth right here. So this first mouth, this is my first frame having this drawing here. If I move to the next frame of the next page of the layer or the book, I'll see another drawing. Okay, I'll continue moving that way to see the different drawings that I made of this mouth shape. Okay, you see the different layers that I made of this mouth shapes. So we can actually start animating this mouth. But before I do that, we will need to give this mouth shapes different name or different names to help us to know what each shape is for. For example, this shape now represents C, D, T, S, right? So let me bring up our phonemes. I think it's in this place, phonemes. Okay, so if I bring up these phonemes, it shows all the different mouth shapes. I use this character to design the different mouth shapes. So for A and I think I should minimize this so that I can actually use both of these together. All right, so I want to use this two. I hope you can see this very well. I want to kind of like give these mouth shapes names from these phonemes that I designed it from. So this shape now, this shape that we are in now represents this one here. That is C, D, G, K, N, R, S, T, and Z. So can I rename this layer as this frame? Having this shape, let us rename it to these alphabets here. All right, so how do we do that? To rename a drawing or a frame, okay, to rename a frame, you go to the X sheet. This is the X sheet, this X sheet panel here. When you go to the X sheet, you will see the particular frame that you are on currently highlighted in red. Okay, I am in frame 1 currently. In the X sheet, it is highlighted in red to show me that I am currently in frame 1. So I will click that frame 1 and right click on it. Okay, find drawing, go to drawing and rename drawing. Once it comes out, this dialog box will come up. Then let's rename this thing to C, D, G, K, N, R, S, T, H, and Z. All right, so I've renamed this thing to C, D, G, K, N, R, S, T, H, and Z. I'll now click OK. You see what happened? It changed from 1 to that exact name that I gave it to. So this first frame now has the name C, D, G, K, N, R. The reason why I'm naming all these frames or pages is because it will help me to map shapes, different mouth shape, as in map it, so that the computer will be able to process the shapes according to the sound that I will import. It will try to match up the sound that I will import to the different mouth shapes. You understand? You understand? So we need to name all the mouth shape layers, frames. So the first one, I've named the first one. If you want to go to the next frame, you just click on the next drawing layer, the next drawing frame below the one you just named. I'll now go to the next frame, which is frame 2. As you can see here, frame 2. I'm currently in frame 2. So this next frame is this mouth shape L, right? So this L is L, is it not? When you're saying L, your hair. This is exactly it from this drawing. So I will right click, drawing, rename, and call this what? L. L is the only alphabet that has that shape, right? L. Okay, I'll say okay. You can see it renamed to L. You can also use capital letters in case you cannot see your small letters. You can use capital letters to also name it, depending. Alright, so I'll go to the next one by clicking on it, which is 2. The name of the next one is 2, but we will change it to the correct shape. So this one now should be, I think is O, no, Q and W and Q, right? This is W and Q, W and Q. From this now, you can see it here. Because there is no teeth or tongue showing. There is a teeth and there's teeth and tongue showing in O, and there is teeth and tongue showing in U. So it must be W and Q. So you click on OK. It has renamed it to W and Q. Go to the next one, which is 3. I think this next one should be A and I, right? So you right click, drawing, and rename drawing. So you call it A, I. So you can use this and come down to the next frames, frame 4. So this one should be U. Alright, so you go to drawing, rename drawing to U. You name it, go to the next one. This one should be E, as you can see now. E is matching with this. So you right click, drawing, rename, you call it E. Okay, go to this one. This one is MVP, M from here. You can see it here. Alright, so you call this, right click here. Right click here, morning. Right click here, call this one M what? BP. You understand? You click what? OK. So you continue going down. You go to the next one. The next one should be what? F and V. Is it not F? If you look at your mouth when you are pronouncing F, then V. Is it not? So you right click on it, go to drawing, rename. Then you say F and V. Alright, you click on OK. So the last one should be O. Alright, O. So you right click, drawing, rename, O. Okay, so you click on OK. So we are through naming all our frames in that mouth layer. Remember that we are still in our mouth layer. You can see from the X sheet view right here that from the X sheet view the layers are named up here. This is the mouth, the ear, the brow, left, right, and so on and so forth. So we are currently in the mouth layer, and under the mouth layer you find the pages of the mouth layer here. Is it not? These are the pages or the frames that we are in. So we are naming all the different pages in that particular mouth layer. So we are through with this. And the next thing we are now going to do is start importing our sound. I've closed that phoneme page. So we start importing our sound. Let's go back to our timeline panel. Okay. Alright. So let's import our sound. Okay. So we will now go to, remember, if you want to import anything, we learned how to import images. You go to the same place, which is what? File, import, okay, and sound. Alright, so when you click on it, you go to that folder where you stored your sound, the sound you recorded in either Audacity or Audition. So we saved our sound in I saved it in my projects and audio file folder. So this is the particular file I'm looking for, audio training. So I will import it. To import, once it imports, okay, it's still importing. that I.
The alphabet is recorded. That one
Yes, that one we recorded.
the alphabet.
Yeah, no, I didn't record alphabet. I will play the sound so that you will hear it. All right, so this is the audio recording. Once you import any audio, it will appear at the top of your layer panel. You understand? Any sound you import, it will appear at the top of your layer panel. So this is the audio training here. So if I start to okay, all right, let me extend this book, as in this page, this frame. It will not stop at 60 again. I want to extend it so that we can see the rest of our sound, because this is not where it stopped. It entered into it was cut off from here, because this is where our animation will stop, and I want to extend it. So if you want to extend your animation, you go to scene, you go to what? Scene length. Let us extend this scene to 100 and see whether it's able to show all our sounds. I think there are some parts of our sound that are still being cut off. So let me go to scene again, scene length, and increase it to 200. Let's see. All right, so this is where our sound stops, I think. Let me increase it again and see whether this is where our sound stopped. Okay, our sound stopped somewhere there. So let me just decrease it to 175. So 175 frames. So the total animation for this now is 175 frames instead of 60 frames, because I've increased it. So I want to, since you have increased the number of frames to 175, you know that this is where your pages for each layer stopped. It stopped at 60. So anything beyond 60, I'm not going to see it again. Okay, now let me show you. You are able to see this character because I'm currently in page 43, is it not? But if I start scrolling and I pass 60, I'll no longer see it, because this is where the book stopped. As you can see, this is where it stopped. But if I want to extend it, how can we do that? Who can remember? Just click at that last frame, the last frame of your animation, and hold shift, click the last one to highlight 3 of them like this. Okay, make sure you are clicking just the last frame, click the last one to highlight 3 of them, and do what? Press what? F5. Okay, if you press F5, you can see that the animation, the books have been what? Extended to the 175 frame. So as in, that's the last frame of the animation. You see not? So if I now play this animation.
Alpha Tools. Welcome to Tokyo Animations.
All right, let us see how. Okay. All right, so let us see how we can match up this sound with the mouth shapes. Okay, let's go close to the mouth. Okay, so we go into the face where the mouth is. Now if you want to like for example, your layer is like this and you don't want to start going into a parent layer to start looking for that particular layer I want to go into, you can just click on that layer. You can just click on that drawing shape. You can now see that my mouth is highlighted. You go into that layer panel, the layer panel or the timeline, and press what? The O key. If you press the O key, it will automatically open the parent and automatically highlight that particular layer that you are currently selected in your camera view. You see what happened, right? Good. So let us see. Let us delete every other layer in this mouth layer except these different drawings. So let us just delete everything here. Okay. Apart from this. Alright, so these are the only drawings that we have here now. Okay, so remember that we have renamed our frames, our mouth frames, our mouth shapes to different shapes of the mouth. So before we start, we need to right click on your audio training. Okay, you go to lip sync and do auto lip sync detection. When you do auto lip sync detection, it will automatically detect any frames. It will automatically attach the audio file to any frame you command it to attach it to. You understand my English? Email auto lip sync oga attach it automatically to any frame you command it to attach to. You understand it now, right? So that is the essence of doing the auto lip syncing. All right, so after that, The next thing you do, let's go to the layer properties of the audio. This is the layer properties. Any layer you click here, you can see the layer properties for that layer. Alright, so we are now in our audio training layer. This is the layer properties. So we go to map. The same thing we did here, auto lip sync. If you don't want to do it here, as in by right clicking and going to auto lip sync detection, you can just go here and click on detect to also do the same thing. But we already done that, so we will not do that again. So we go to map. Okay, when you enter map, it will bring out this box for you. All right, you are sleeping. It will bring out this box for you. Okay, that's nice. It will bring out this box for you. So if you look at the images in that box, you can see the different mouse shapes. The first one is that MBP. If you look at that image very well, the first one is MBP. So M, as when you are pronouncing M or B or P, is P. Yes, the first one you can see the shape now. The mouse shape is So what we are going to put in that box here, instead of this A, we are going to put what? MBP. Exactly how it is. Which other one? That is the essence of naming it. The reason why we named those frames is because we will be able to put it in all these boxes here. If you don't name them and you put a different thing here, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to recognize it, those frames. But because of the fact that we named it exactly what we are putting in here, it's going to recognize that particular mouth shapes that we named to exactly the names we are going to put down here.
This one is the lip sync mapping.
Yes, it's renaming the different frames, the different drawing frames for the mouth layer to match exactly what we are about to do here. You understand? The first one is MBP. As you can see, I've put MBP. This MBP is the name of a shape that has that name. Let me show you. Okay, I cannot come. I need to come out from here before. Let me cancel and show you what I mean. Now this one, remember that this one is what? C, D, and the other ones. All right. The second one is what? L. Is it not? We rename them. The reason why we rename them is so that when we are doing our mapping, if we put all those things here, this lip sync mapping will automatically detect those shapes and try and fix it to this character here to match the sound that we are hearing. Let's continue. So this first one is M from this image. Stop looking at these numbers here, this alphabet here. Be looking at the images here. So the first image is what? M, B, and P. Is it not? So you call this M, B, what, and P. The second one, if we look at the second one close there, I think the second one is F. No, it's not F. The second one should be that C, D, and the rest. So if you cannot remember the exact name you gave a particular shape, you can just go back to your phonemes. Let us check it again. So from the phonemes we have C. It is C, D, G, K, N. The exact name we call that shape because I can't actually remember everything that is here. You need to make sure that everything that the exact name, to put the exact name you gave that particular shape, you understand, inside here. So we gave this CD shape, CDG. So let's be putting in CDGKN, CDGKN. All right, CDGKN. RSTHC, RSTH, and Z. The next one is what? E. Because if you look at the next one, the mouth is not that open as compared to this one. Okay, so E is not open as compared to R, A, I. Then E. So it's going to be the what? E shape. I think E is the only shape that we put there, right? Okay, it's E. So the next one is what? A and I. All right. The next one is what? I think the next one should be O, right? O, yes. So the next one should be W and Q. W and Q. The next one should be that F and V. F and what? V. So we put that F and V. Then this X means a neutral position, neutral mouth position. The neutral position the mouth will be when it is not talking. So we need to put something there. There is a layer, there is a frame that was not represented here. We can now use this part to replace it. So I think it should be U, right? Should be U, because we have not done U before. Okay, so we have not put U here. So you can now put U here. And once you finish it, don't click OK. Make sure you are in the destination layer. Okay, destination layer, which is the mouth. You can see that this destination layer is currently in sketch. That is not the layer we are targeting. We are targeting the mouth layer, is it not? So you toggle this thing down, look for the mouth, and look for the mouth. The mouth is here. You click on it, okay, because that is the layer it is targeting. It is targeting the drawings in that layer to see whether any of the names in those frames of that mouth layer matches these names here. Yes.
That drawing is relaxed. That one, that X now.
X, yes.
If the mouth is relaxed now,
it's not supposed to open. The mouth is not supposed to open like you, but it's not supposed to open. I'm just using this as a sample. It's supposed to be like something like MVP.
On the normal,
yeah, it will open. You can see. You will see when we start doing it. So make sure that the destination layer is as a mouth, so that the naming conventions here will target the frames inside that mouth layer that with the same name as written here. So if I click OK, see what happens. You can see that this frame here was populated with different drawings. You can see the demarcation showing different drawing substitutions, all right, to match the audio. Now let's see. It will not match it 100%. You still need to go in and do some. In fact, most times you need to do big modification, but it will set you up in terms of arranging everything for you before you can now start modifying and editing. You understand the mouse shapes. Now let us play and see how good this thing worked.
Affable tools. Welcome to Folktale Animations.
You know why this thing was like this? That's the relaxed. I made you the relaxed. That is why anytime it's not talking, you do like this because of that X relaxed. But it's supposed to close mouth now. So I wanted to use it to show you the example. You can see this thing is already looking nice, is it not?
You can use MVP as relaxed.
Yes, exactly. I can use that relaxed, but I just use that use to show you what that relaxed does. So whenever it's not talking, you have to open that mouth just like you saw closing the mouth. Okay, so let us loop it and see.
Affable tools. Welcome to Folktale Animations.
Now we can now do this thing manually, especially the relaxed. I can now see that the relaxed is not looking that good. So we can now go to our cell or library. Okay, remember our drawing substitutions we talked about before. All right, so you go to your library, you click on that, you go to that mouse layer, click on the first one. You can see that this first mouse shape is that relaxed shape because it's not talking yet. So all we need to do is just to go to that mouse layer. What did I do? Go to that mouse shape, okay, and change it. Remember what we talked about drawing? You can easily swap drawings in your drawing substitution of a particular layer. You go to that drawing substitution and look for that relaxed mouse shape, which is this MVP. All right, you click it, you leave it there. So it's now relaxed. So at that relaxed stage, anytime you see this relaxed shape, you change it to that MVP. All right. The reason why this thing is happening is because I'm moving slowly and fast. Slowly, when a voice is being animated slowly, it talks as if is in a bass form, is it not? Because it's very slow. Also the same case with being fast. So I will change this into MVP again.
Welcome to.
All right. So you continue just like that until you are through. So you can actually start doing modifications on this your mouse shapes for days, depending on the complexity of that animation. So you can just be working on this mouth alone to make it perfect. So when somebody is talking, You understand? So all you need to be is just to be swapping drawings, swapping it. Maybe I will go here. And you know another thing that will help you, to do this thing perfectly, you create another layer. Okay, for example, let me create another layer here. You create another layer. After importing your sound, you can actually use your brush or your pen. Okay, use your brush or your pen. That place you hear high, you can just write it high. Okay, you go to the next one, so you start writing it so that you know the exact frame that you can swap your mouth drawing. Okay, it will help you. You can just write it using your brush to create another layer, call it annotations, okay, or dialogue. You can just be writing the exact mouth shapes, the exact speech that is being said in that particular frame. So after everything, you can now use your mouth shape to match up what the character is saying at that particular frame. You understand? It will help you also after creating all those things with your lip syncing, mapping the mouth shapes with lip sync, and when you start editing it, you can now use that annotation to edit it properly the way it's supposed to be. So this is what we were able to get after editing.
Welcome to Folktale Animations.
I need to. If you look at the mouth, it's not still matching.
Folktale Animations.
It's not still matching, is it?
Welcome to
You will not notice it that much, but no, we want it to match. We want to be perfect in all we do. You understand? Not that we will be perfect. Nobody is perfect. At least let us try to be good in what we do. You understand? So after the lip syncing, you now start doing the editing by swapping drawings. Maybe after the annotations, writing exactly what this character is supposed to say at different layers. Then you can now start swapping drawings to match exactly what is supposed to be the mouth shape. Maybe I. You now find the I and I if it is not matching that particular frame and replace it with the other frame. Now. So it's as easy as that. So yes, it's in the tutorials. Then after matching it, maybe if you want to start moving the skin, the different body parts, you can now start moving it, okay, to reflect on what the character is saying and how they. So maybe when the character wants to say hi, okay, let me delete this. When the character wants to say hi, he can turn his face, okay. He can turn his face to face the screen, as in the camera, just like he's looking at us. All right. So I'll just start moving these different layers in the face, and I can put on my onion skin to know the position that character was before I moved it. So you can see how this face is rotating, right? Without the face itself rotating. So if I want the face to rotate together with that, I can just decrease the size a little bit and move it by the left a little bit. So if I move it, you can see what is happening, right? Okay. So the puppy also, I have to move it to be looking at the camera. Okay. No, camera view. Okay. You see what's happening, right? Yes, it's part of the animation. Now when you are moving a character using the transform tool, this tool here, this tool is the animation tool. Okay, so if you are moving your character with that tool, it will be animating the character by creating keyframes. All these things we are seeing here are called keyframes. I talked more about it in the video, so when you watch the video you will understand better. Okay, so these are called keyframes. When you start moving to different layers of your character, it will be reflected by creating keyframes here. For example, these first keyframes that you are seeing here, will be there. Okay, if the character will not move, but when you start moving your slider like this, all right, maybe this is where I move this character. This if I enter into the face, you can see what I did here. I moved the different layers inside this face. I moved the ear, the brow, the mouth, the nose, and every other layer inside this face to animate them. And there is a line that is running from the first frame to the last, so for the first keyframe to the last keyframe that was animated. It is called interpolated animation line. All right. So these interpolated lines are called motion keyframes. The computer will help you and fill in other frames of animation, just like you are drawing frame by frame, but the computer will now help you to do the drawing yourself. For example, if I move from here to here, just watch. If I move from here to that final frame, you can see that the face is rotating because I moved all the different parts of the face to a little bit to the left, is it not? So when I was moving it to this frame, up to this frame 24, the computer filled in other frames that I didn't move, so that it will match up the movement, just like the character is trying to rotate his face. If I try to draw this character with frame by frame, what it means is that I will have to be drawing different shapes, different eyes, trying to move to the left. You understand now? But this time around, the computer helped me to fill in all those frames by forming this straight line that is running across from here up to 24. You understand now? So it will now fill all the other frames for you to show that this character is rotating his head. I can still do the same thing with the hand. Maybe delay it a little bit, maybe come forward. When it rotates to the camera, I can just bring up this hand this way, come down to the torso and look at the hand that I'm trying to rotate. Maybe rotate it this way. This guy now looks like Impesa. His hand is positioned like Impesa. So I can just rotate it this way. A bit back. Now the problem here is that I need to change this hand. As even I have another hand, I can just swap it with a kind of hand that looks like this, like it's waving to the screen. Hi, you understand? But we don't have time for that. But we understand what I'm trying to do here. So when it wants, so that when it wants to turn, we say. So I want to delay this rotation. Okay. So when it turns, I can remove the interpolated keyframes, as in these lines that is running across. I don't want it to run across together with the face. I want these ones to delay a little bit. So I can remove it by using this key here that says set motion keyframes, right? Okay. Okay. The other one that says set stop motion keyframe. So stop motion keyframe, we delete those lines that is running across. You can see that there is no line that is running across there again. You understand? So that means that if I jump to this frame, it will now jump to that part that I raised this hand without moving it up. Okay, because of that interpolation. Now watch. If I jump to that part, you can see it jumped to that hand layer. Is it not? That hand movement frame, keyframe. Is it not? Remember that this thing is my onion skin to showing me the previous position of my hand. Then this is my new position of the hand. Okay, so I can now delay this by adding keyframes here, very close to that last keyframe. By clicking on this keyframe icon plus KF means keyframe. To add a keyframe, you click this button. To remove a keyframe, you click this one beside it. KF minus means to subtract or remove, is it not? So I click on the KF plus. You should now add 3 keyframes from the upper arm to the lower arm to the hand. You can see the 3 of them highlighted. All right. So now add the keyframes and also interpolate them from that point to the final keyframe. All right. So that if I now move, now let me animate this. You see. You see what happened, right? Now this one is moving as if the face is too slow, is it not? So I want it to be faster, to turn faster, is it not? So I said that the farther your keyframes, the slower your animation. The closer the keyframes are together, the faster the animation. You can see that these keyframes are very close together. That's why the hand moved with speed, is it not? Unlike these ones, these keyframes here, that are very far apart. You can see how far they are, is it not? So I want to make them, I want to bring them closer together. All right, so that the head turn will be faster. So see what we will do. We will have to click on all those keyframes. Okay, click the first one, hold shift, and click that last one. Okay, then bring them close, bring them back. All right, so that they will turn, they will be faster when they are turning. Bring them back. Make sure you do the same thing for the eye, so that the eye movement will not be weird. Okay. All right. So see what happens now. It will be faster than before. You see, it's not that slow again like before. You can still bring it closer together to make it faster. All right. But I want to show you how fast or slow your animation can be according to how far apart your keyframes are from each other. Yes, don't worry. The time you get it, practice makes perfect. I think this thing is still fast, slow. Let me just even the face. Okay, the face is the problem. Let me bring it back to. So I think this is okay. So maybe I might come here. I will start bringing out this hand a little bit. Oh. I can turn this one so it will not look like imbecile. Okay, it still looks like imbecile. I think I will leave it there. I mean, that's the essence of having drawing substitution, so that when you start rotating your hand, when you start rotating your hand, you can actually do it in such a way that is looking nice. As you can see, this hand is actually at the back, so I need to bring it forward. Is it not? So who can remember the key that we use for bringing a layer forward? You've forgotten. Say Alt down arrow key now, or down arrow key to bring it forward. Okay, so all you need to do is to position it well so that you run very well. So when you are designing your own character, just design it in such a way that each of the layer will not look awkward when you start animating them. So this is it. As you can see, the hand is moving as if it's a robot. So let me go down to where the hand is and click in between those two keyframes at the lines and remove it by clicking this straight line here. Then highlighting somewhere around here in my frame and clicking add keyframe to interpolate. Now see what happens if I try to animate. You see what happened? So the left hand moved first before the right hand because of the positions of the keyframe. The keyframe of the left hand is not in the same position with the right hand. So the left hand is going to move first before the right hand starts moving. Is it not? Okay. So the position of this left keyframe is a little bit faster, or kind of like it came before this right hand. All right. So it will start moving first before the right hand joins it. Look at it here. Just watch it. You see, they didn't move at the same time. I can even highlight this keyframe, highlight everything by holding shift. Okay, highlight the first one, hold shift, highlight the second one, then highlight the last one of that layer and the second last one of that layer and move it forward. Okay, move it forward by just holding and dragging. Okay, drag it here. I want this one to move way after this one have moved. Now see the difference here now. You see? Do you see what happened? Right, this one moved first, waited for a few milliseconds before this one joined. Okay, because I now move this keyframe further apart. But if I move it at the same point, let me show you. If I move it back and make sure that they are aligning with the same left hand, they will move together. Is it not? Let me show you. They will move together. You can see because they are aligned. Okay, they will move together. So I don't want them to move together. I want to move this one first. It depends on your own choice. Okay, it depends on how that animation is supposed to be. So if you move this one, okay, while the mouth is still talking, you can now start animating maybe the body when the hand moves. sorry. When the hand moves, the body is supposed to probably move together with it. Maybe the body and the head. Okay. So maybe it might move here. Okay. I will remove this keyframe because if I don't remove it, see what happens. It will look awkward. See what is happening? It's just like it's sliding. It's not what I want. So I'll remove this because that sliding is because it is interpolating from that first keyframe all the way to this point with this line. But I don't want it. So I'll still remove it by using that stop motion keyframe symbol. I remove that of the torso. And remember, I animated not just the torso, I also animated the head. So you need to go back to the head and still remove this one of the head. Okay? So I will remove two of them. I'll come here. I will add a keyframe. I'll also come down, add another keyframe to the torso. So I'll see what will happen if I try to move. This one is pure animation class that we are in now. So just learn how to animate this character the way you want, depending on the positions of your keyframe in this timeline. This is where you do your animation. How you match up how you want the animation to look like, whether you want to make the animation fast to some extent or slow. You understand? Depending on the kind of movement you want. So I will show you the difference. So let me play it again. You see what happened? So both of them moved backward, both the head and the torso. Is it not? Because of where the keyframes are. This is the two keyframes for the torso. Remember, they are interpolating, but they are close together, so the movement will be faster. But if I try to move it back to this point, now it will be slower. See it now. You see that the torso is moving very slow because the keyframes are very far apart. Is it not? See it now. See that it's still moving. Okay. As compared to when it was very close together like this, so it will move very fast. Even if I bring it very close together, that means you might not even notice the movement. You just see the torso snap back like this. You might not see it now. You see, because they are very close together like this. So the closer two keyframes are, the faster that movement will be in that particular two keyframes. Do you understand now? Okay. So we can start animating our eye closing. So this is the eye closing. If a character turns his head, so I might come to this point here. I will click on the eye layer. I will go to my drawing substitutions, okay, and start substituting the eye layer here. So I will enter into my eye layer by clicking the O key, okay. So I'll go to the next one where the eye starts to close, okay. Go to the next frame, start closing the eyes, start closing it until I close it properly, and also open it up again. All right. I can go to the next, the right eye also, and repeat the exact same process as of the left eye. All right. So see what happens now. So I've substituted each of the eyes with the eye shapes of when the eye was closing. You see, if I reach that part where I substituted the eye will blink. You see what happened, right? That is how to create blinking animation. You just substitute the different drawing shapes for that particular layer. Maybe the eye, where you want the eye to blink in a particular point, or at a particular point, you can start substituting the eye shapes, and also the mouth. As you can see that the mouth shapes, the mouths are now moving from that mapping of lip sync that we did. All right. So I might still come to another part of this frame. You remember this frame is up to 175, right? I might still come to an extent, maybe here, and start closing the eyes again. All right. Start closing the eyes again. I'll close it. I'll be moving frame by frame while I'm closing it to reflect the eye closing. Then I'll go to the right eye and do the same thing, because one eye doesn't close just like that. You have to close both eyes when you are blinking your eyes. See not? So I'll come to this part of the drawing again and close both of them, and come back to when the eye was open. So if I now play, the eye will blink more than 3 times. So starting with the first one.
Alpha Tunes. Welcome to.
You see that the eye was blinking, right? So I will also move this face. Maybe I'll come here and I'll decide to move this face again. I think this mistake I made in the eye blinking. Israel. You don't come finally. Welcome. I do. So these eyes, there's a mistake I made here. I need to make sure that this eyes is not okay. I don't think so. All right. So we might decide to come to another part of this timeline and move this face back, to animate it. Okay. Move this face back to animate it a little bit. Come to where the face is and make sure that this interpolation is off. Alright, remove this interpolation, then add your own keyframe so that when you play this animation,
well,
you see what happened, right? The face will now move up again like this. Just watch.
Welcome to.
Then I can now move my hand down, because once your hand is positioned at a particular frame, it will look like that character is robotic. You need to be moving the body around by just moving around these layers to form animation. So I will now move this part of the hand back. Okay, I will now move, maybe I will move this one back to where it was before. Move it back, and don't forget to bring this one back by holding Alt up arrow key to move it back like this. Is it not? So I'll go to where the hand is and make sure that the interpolation is not interpolated. As you can see, once you do any animation in a layer, it will interpolate. But sometimes you will not like to interpolate it. You would like to do it yourself, depending on how fast you want that movement to be. For example, this interpolation now will make this hand. You see what's happening to this hand? It's not realistic now. If people are watching this thing, it will be well. You understand? So you need to do the interpolation yourself. So I'll delete this interpolation by hitting on this stop motion keyframe symbol to remove it. Let me make sure I highlight both of them very well. To remove it, okay, so that when it goes there, it will snap to this point. But I want a little movement so that people will see that it moves from here to here. Is it not? It will not just snap. Okay, so I will just add my own keyframe to somewhere. Go to the first one and hold shift and click this next one and do what? Add keyframe plus sign KF plus to add the keyframe. So depending on how fast you want it to move from here to here, I can start bringing both of them back to make it a little bit slower. So that if I play it, is that light that you took?
Just on the button. You see the button there.
Okay, so we are on electricity. Okay, so if I now try to animate. Okay, this is still coming. Israel, what chance do you see? Table. Oh, table. Let's just carry this. The battery. What happened to the battery? Okay. If you have the money, you can. So let's resume. So we continue animating this guy. We can come to this point and try and move this hand a little bit inwards by animating it. Okay. Remember to remove your interpolation. So when you are animating, just use your imagination to see how this character is supposed to move according to how you are imagining it. Okay, you are animating this thing for your imagination. This animation I'm doing right now is from my own imagination. I'm just animating it from my own imagination and just moving around the keyframes, creating keyframes, forming interpolations, whether they are going to be farther apart or whether I want that particular frame of animation to be slow or fast. So it will now kind of like determine whether I will make these keyframes farther apart from each other or very close together. Remember I said the farther both of the two keyframes are, the slower the animation, that animation in that particular frame or group of frames, or the closer the keyframes are together, the faster the animation. Do you understand? Okay, so I'll continue. So maybe around this part, I'll now bring down my hand to rest again to its initial position. Are you sure that's in charge? To its initial position. Yes, my laptop is filled up. When is it? This one. So.
No, the laptop is not from here. It's from. Just if you use your charger, it's still connecting power.
From where? No, my charger. I removed the. Okay, from here, but.
You can see the connect power.
Okay.
So that only TV can.
You know, say now you be your guy for this for that side now. So. So I'll just continue animating this, doing this animation. Okay, so the guy is back to his normal position, but this time around looking towards the screen or looking at the screen. Yeah. Okay, so I can come to this point and add keyframe. Okay. So let us play this animation. Let us play it and see how it looks.
Alpha Chubby Tools. Welcome to Folktale Animations.
You see?
Alpha Chubby Tools. Welcome to Folktale Animations. Alpha Chubby Tools. Welcome to Folktale Animations.
You see, there it's just a simple animation that I just did.
Tools.
All right.
Welcome to